Right, good morning everyone. Here we are back in Al-Andalus. We are still trying to get to Granada. We have failed because we got slaughtered by the Black Guards. If this keeps happening, then I will have to house rule this because the game isn't compelling enough to always just get slaughtered and then have to reset, because it actually, you know, isn't fun enough to be doing this all the time. I also made a mistake because since we are heretics, the Lady Fabiola would have rolled 3 dice on her fight instead of just 1, which would have made a serious difference. So of course we cannot really go back and pretend that this run didn't happen, but you know, it's fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to first of all change our glasses so that I can actually read what it says on the cards. So we are still in Aragon because we got reset. As you know, there's a problem at the consortium. It means we cannot change our receptacles, which is bad. We need to get to Granada. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Priory, because that seems a good idea because it's a named location. We do need to stop at location 8 and then we're in Granada. There are plenty of locations. I just don't think we have enough time. So let's just get going. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at the Priory. Let's roll the time die to see how the Black Guard is moving. I mean, we were very unlucky in that we attracted both of them in one go. 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. They can't get to us, which is good. Let's open the Priory up. B, C, D, E. After traveling along rocky and arid trails, you find the old chapel at the top of an isolated hill as described by Melchizedek, the old Kabbalist. Although dilapidated, it is inhabited. Some 20 people are sitting in the courtyard and under the arcades. A sweating, stout priest with a debonair attitude walks among them, speaking to each one in turn. A very old nun carrying a heavy basin makes her way to a makeshift shelter and stares at the newcomers suspiciously. She needs help. A few travelers are asleep on mattresses in the remains of a stable open to the 4 winds. A Moor in dirty clothes is sitting in front of them on a pile of Berber carpets, playing his oud with an expert ease. Okay, we're gonna send the lady to speak to the monk. We're going to send the brute to help the nun, and we're going to send Francisco, the little monk, to look at the Moors. Okay, welcome my children. I am Father Rodrigo. A lot of people do come here and we accommodate everyone. I see that a long travel weighs heavily upon your shoulder. Please take a rest. I will hear your confession as to relieve your soul of your sins. Then you will be able to tackle the next part of your journey with serenity. No. No way, because I want the +2. I'm not interested, thank you. The nun. Father Rodrigo has too big a heart. He welcomes anyone, even the Moors, and yet he fought them when he was a knight. Men are undependable. I only treat those good Christians who know the creed. All others, those dirty pagans, can go to hell. If the group is faithful, which we are not, the receptacles and allies on this base recover their maximum health, and yeah, that's terrible. That would have helped, but you know, we are fine anyway. My name is Ibn Zamrak. I was a poet in Granada, but ever since my disgrace I have been wandering on the roads. Before, my verses adorned the patios of the Alhambra and my ghazals inflamed ladies' hearts. Still, I have no right to return. Rest for a moment on the incomparable Sabika Hill and admire the esplanade. The watcher can see a virtuous woman unveiled and offered to the eyes. One can feel Granada in these verses I once sung at the palace. Getting into the city is harder than ever, but I may have a solution. We need to roll persuasion. Yeah, we're going to do this because we need to get into Granada. Okay, so we're going to, it's a 3 shield test. Francisco has 2 dice. We're going to spend a time unit, and during this everyone congregates. So they can't help him just yet, but they could on a subsequent roll if we spend more time. So first we take out 2 dice. We need 3 successes. You can do it. Pray a little. No, we don't. But we can spend 1 more time unit. And now the lady is going to use 6 dice. And she's going to charm the hell out of this guy. She has 4 ability. But she also, since we are heretics at this stage, she gets +2 dice. And she does 2, 4, and that's it. We get to reveal this card. Entering Granada is almost impossible. The black guards survey the neighboring valleys. No kidding. There are guards watching the roads, tracks and paths surrounding the city. With all due respect, your appearance will not ease your task. Eva could help you. Her lair is difficult to find, but these few verses will guide you more surely than a map. Follow the southern road, then after beholding the one which turns with the winds, take the eastern path until you find its twin. She lies not far from there. Take the southern road. Take the southern road. Follow the southern road, then after beholding the one which turns with the winds. It's probably the windmill. Okay. Now you see the issue is that there are no locations there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the nearest location, which is location 5, which is not too far away from the windmills, which is going to take us 1, 2, 3 time units. Okay. Okay, good. So we're going to go on, and we're going to lose 5 time units. 1, 2, no, actually we won't. It's 1, 2, 3 time units. Okay, it helps if you can count 1, 2, 3. We're in location 5. We're going to roll the time die to see what our friends are up to. 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Location 5. I don't think this is Eva, for some reason. After several days of riding through a verdant countryside, you discover an increasingly arid landscape. At the turn of a path, you come across a ravine where down below a ragged old man is gesturing, shouting and parading in front of a small pack of attentive dogs. His makeshift camp is a few meters away on the edge of a pond surrounded by stone cliffs. Well, that's a man, it's not Eva. Well, that was... Okay, let's just go there. So we're going to send her here, and he's going to fend off the dogs. Dressed in rags and waving a pilgrim's stick, the old man with crazy eyes harangues his audience of hungry dogs. Ha ha ha! Some say I died in 738, but it was nothing but deception, a setup. He was after me for my book, but I know all about time. He then turns and addresses you. Didn't we meet in 1914? Yes, they do exist and they control time. You're only pawns on a chessboard. They've taken away all the madmen, the only ones that know, but I'll always escape them. Abdul is cleverer than them. I just switched the numbers, 1914, and here you go, 1419. He then turns back and resumes his speech to his canine audience. Okay, this guy is crazy. Okay. The hermit's wretched encampment consists of an old canvas sheet held up with branches. In the bottom of the pond, you spot a hidden narrow passageway which seems to extend into the cliff. Each agent must make the test individually by placing the shields in front of him. Once the test is passed by all the agents, the group goes to location 18. The agents, now this is interesting, agents who have finished the Prophecy of Dragons have a feeling of déjà vu. They can roll 2 extra dice on each roll of this test. This is lovely. So this is how the different adventures are tied together. Now this is a dexterity test. Location 18 isn't even on the map. Let's do it. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? We have 2 shields and we lose 1. So we're gonna lose 1 time. And he fails, so he takes 1 wound. In this time unit, everybody else moves over. So now we're gonna make Francisco roll. He gets 4 dice. He also takes a wound. We're not doing so well. The lady gets to roll 4 dice. She passes, not a problem. And he still needs to roll for this time unit, and he fails. He takes a wound. Next time unit, so Francisco needs to roll again. He passes. Krieg needs to roll again. He loses a health. 1 more time unit, and he passes. So he's only got 1 health left. But we pass. Let's see what location 18 tells us. I hope this is good. 11, 17, 18. Aha, that could be Eva. As you emerge from the water, you find yourself in a vast room lit by a fire resting in a finely crafted basin, carved out of stone. Frescoes on the walls, half erased by the wear and tear of time, depict a battle between winged beings. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but these are definitely the angels of the fall fighting each other. And the angels, of course. Near the fire, a woman is sitting on her throne, invites you to join her. At the back of the cave is an old tomb surrounded by moving shadows. When you leave this location, resume the adventure by moving the group pawn from location 5. Okay. Let's go together. I'm just, The nearer you get to this woman, the more you are filled with a feeling of unease. Her eyes pierce deeply into your soul. Come closer. My name is Eva, but I go by the name of Mother. I know what you're looking for, and I will help you. But first, you must free my daughters who were snatched from me. As a reward, I will give you the means of entering Granada. Discard item 17, which we do not have, do we? No, we don't. Okay. Time unit. What does it say here? Spirits dwell faster and faster around the ancient tomb as you get closer. You feel their malevolence and their wrath as soon as you advance towards the sepulchre, which seems to date back to the Visigoth kings. Oh, we can try and open the tomb. It's fleetness of foot, 2 shields. We're gonna use Francisco first. Yep. And he manages to do it because it was only 2 shields. And we get item 16. Oh, it's a sword. Nice. Inside the tomb, you see a magnificent sword and its scabbard, protected by furious and restless spirits. The few engravings on the sword reveal that it belonged to T.I.M.E, the last Visigoth king of Spain. Cancels 2 skulls results on each of your combat rolls. Huh? Oh, I get it. Okay, that's perfect. It's 5 shields. We're gonna fight for this one because that's good. That is brilliant. So we're gonna go for 1, 2, 3, 4. And the person who's going to fight is actually the lady. Or is it because, what is his resistance? It's 3. Okay, no, Johann Krieg is gonna start. Yes, indeed. Wow, that was 1 success. So he gets 5. That's more than he needs. And he can cancel 2 skulls on his result, which is brilliant. Okay, very good. So we need item 17. The question is, where is it? I believe we should go to location. We went to the Priory. That didn't do much. We went to location 10, which is where we freed the ladies in the caravan. There is also location 8, which is a mandatory stop, and then there's location 11. Let's go to location 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they catch up with us. The Black Guard catches up with us. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my pink beacon that I won the last time, and I'm going to just discard them. And I rule that they don't come back on subsequent runs, because that's just tiresome. Okay, so we're going to open location 11. And if this is cheating, I don't care. My house, my rules. Location 11. This location only has 1 card. Reveal the card by placing it face up on the space of your choosing. It is at the bend of a small village that you meet a man named Bernardo T.I.M.E, an Italian merchant, a poet and a philosopher at heart. He invites you to sit at his table to contemplate the sunset on the high slopes of the Sierra Nevada. My life has been nothing but encounters and travels. We are still in a lenient era. We are. We can freely travel to exchange and share, but this is coming to an end. As Averroes said a few centuries ago, ignorance leads to fear, fear leads to hatred, and hatred leads to violence. What about you? Where are you from? After talking to T.I.M.E, you remember you may have something of interest to him. You can discard item 2 to take item 18. We don't have item 2, do we? We did have item 2 once, yeah. Okay, so we can discard location 11 and never go there again because that's nothing. Let's go to location 8. It's a mandatory stop anyway. 1, 2. Roll the time die. They move 2. 1, 2. You reach the outskirts of the province of Granada and cross several guard posts in charge of watching the comings and goings of travelers. After you have successfully passed the first post, black-clad men approach you. One of them observes you, then points to your group and screams something in Arabic. You flee as fast as you can. Immediately place the group on an obstacle adjacent to location 8. An obstacle adjacent to location 8. Okay. Then place a new blackguard token on location 8. It follows the same rules. If you have item 18, discard it to avoid this encounter. Do we have item 18? Do we? I don't think we do. No, we have 16. Okay. To move directly to location 17. Oh god, we've got another one coming. Okay. Then the only thing, I mean, we've been to the Priory. The only place where we haven't been is location 3. Okay, 1. So we put ourselves here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. 6. 2. They are coming to us. We're gonna die. They're also going to move. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One time unit and 2 hearts. I'll just have to remember that these are hearts. Okay, so Krieg is gonna go first. First of all, he's gonna use his ability. He's also only got 1 health left. He's got his magic sword, which will cancel 2 shields. 2 skulls. Okay, only successes, please. Only successes. Well, not like this. But it cancels the 2 the 2 skulls. So he removes 1, 2, 3, which means he has 4. He doesn't repost. Haha. He ignores this, but we lose a time unit. Next up is the Lady Fabiola, who rolls 3 dice. Oops. And she has, wow, 3 successes. Go you. 1, 3. There is no repost. She loses 2 life. So she's dead. And we lose a time unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next up is Francisco. He rolls 1. He dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's Krieg again with 4. And he deletes everything. He wins, so he survives. That's good. These don't come back. We're now in location 3. Well, he's in location 3 because the rest are dead. Upon seeing in the distance the snow on Mount Mulhad Chen, you stop at a magnificent castle built on the side of a ravine. The Knights of the Order of Santiago occupying the place offer you hospitality. If you have item 9, a delegation of Knights of the Order will escort you during your journey of El Andalus. Keep this card, therefore you won't be able to come back to this location. And discard it for the run when you meet the Black Guard. In this instance, win the battle without making a test. Do we have item 9? We do. Brilliant. Yay. So, where do we get item 16? We've been to location 5, we've been to location 8, we've been to location 11, we've been to location 10, and we've been to the Priory. In the Priory, really, the only thing you can do is pray and be forgiven and basically restore your health. That's the only thing you can do there. In location 10, you can rescue the 2 ladies. Okay, let's just... Yeah, well, we can't because he's on his own. He's on his last leg. He's not going to stand a chance. So we're just going to spend, whoops, these time units and go to location 10. Just going to fast forward because there's nothing he can do on his own. He's not just going to trot around the countryside for nothing. And we're going to... so everybody comes back. They are all healed. So we are going to persuade this guy with 6, 5 shields. Not like this anyway, 2, 1 more time unit. 3, 1 more time unit. Done. So we get this one, we go here, we fight them, 3 and 4. Krieg's gonna go first. Like this, he removes 4 shields, leaves 3, and he doesn't repost because he cancels these. Then it's the Lady Fabiola. And she makes mincemeat of them. So take item 17. Aha, that's item 17, that's the daughters. Okay. Yeah, and this is it because we only have 2 time units left and there is no way we can get there. So we have to reset, but at least now we know what we need to do. Okay, so blah blah blah, everything resets. We can't give you blah blah blah. Reset your faith degree. Yeah, it's still heretic. Reread blah blah blah. Discard all state tokens. We have none. Discard anything that has this symbol. This one doesn't. Haha. So we don't. Oh, how does this work? Yeah, we don't have to go there anymore. We keep this. And the only thing that we don't keep is this item, but we're going to put it to the side because that's where we're going to go first. Everything resets. Excuse me. So he's got 2, she's got 2, he's got 4 back, and he gets his icon, a special ability icon back. Okay, guys, let's get cracking. 30 time units. We can do this. So 1, 2, we're in location 10. These guys go away as well because we met them at 8. Location 10. Bop, bop, bop. We all go here. The Lady Fabiola is gonna spend is going to roll 6 dice to get 5 shields on her talkative ability. 2. Then we're going to ask Francisco to do the same. He has 3. Krieg can take a shot. 3. 4. One more time unit. Bap. That's it, done. We go here. We fight this guy. Krieg goes for 3. Removes 2, so he does repost. He loses 1 life because he doesn't have his sword anymore. The Lady Fabiola rolls 3 dice. 1. So that's 2. She does repost. She dies. She would have died anyway if she hadn't done anything. Or does she? So basically he removed 3. So she's got 2. There is a repost. 4 against. Yeah, she dies. So she's dead. It's fine. Then we have the little one, roll 1. So there's only 1 left, no repost. Then Krieg does his thing. Dead. So we go here. No, we don't even have to. We get the item 17 straight away. We move quickly to the location 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We go here. She's dead. She doesn't have to do the test. Let's see. Oh yeah, we have the ladies. Place 4, add 1 to your dice roll. So we're gonna not even roll Johann Krieg because we're gonna remove 2 from the ladies to win this so that he doesn't take any damage. Now we're gonna use Francisco and he's fine too. So that's it. We're done. We're in location 18. We lost 1 time. First, because we are still without the lady, we're going to get the sword. And we are going to discard 2 from the girl because we have 2 left. So we get this one immediately. Take item 16. Did we keep item 16? We did, didn't we? Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have kept item 16, but I didn't use it, so that's fine. So now we need to fight for it. That's 1 and 4. So we still have 1 success from the ladies because we spent 2. No, we don't have any from the ladies, so let's see. Krieg is gonna roll. And he rolls 1. Oh my god, he dies. Okay, so Krieg's dead. That's bad. Okay, yeah. So then we're gonna use the ability of the so we have still 4 left. He's dead. Yasmina is gonna do her thing. She passes. Everything's done. Krieg's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're here. She comes back. Blip. He's dead. We're gonna go here for 1 time unit. Bop. We're going to release her daughters and get reveal this. After an immense moment of reunion, Eva sits on the throne and speaks to you. Thank you so much. The era when men and Jean lived in harmony is now over. Men can't listen to each other anymore and they fight over religion, so how could they accept beings as different as we are? Thank you again for what you did. I am forever indebted to you. Now go on. Granada is yours. With a wave of your hand, Eva creates a whirlwind around you. Everything becomes a blur and you vanish in a cloud of smoke. Open chapter 3. That's brilliant. So we don't have to walk around anymore. That's done. So we get rid of this. Al-Andalus, we get rid of this. And we get rid of this. And possibly of this, yes. Okay. And we get rid of item 17. Well, item 17, it's her daughters, so we're going to put them in here. So, and we're going to take the plan and put it away. And we're going to open chapter 3. So far, this has not been a very brainy experience. You didn't really have to use your brain to do anything. And I didn't even take any notes. So far, I'm not liking this as much as I liked Asylum. You have finally reached the gates of Granada. Yoo-hoo! The black guards seem far away as you draw closer to the city. The skies seem to grow darker. Keep everything in the game as it is. Items, life points, ability tokens, faith table, blah, 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 with the exception of the stake tokens that you discard. Put away in the box the failed mission to you, chapter blah, plan blah. Replace it with chapter 3. Place the group down, pawn on the puerta. Okay, so first of all, we're going to put the mission failed 2 here. We're going to put the plan out. So just going to put it here so that everybody can see it once in its full glory. And Krieg, by the way, is still dead. But he did get his sword. So that's good. Okay, so this is Puerta. This is the door. This is where we are. Okay, I'm going to put it out here. Nicely done. So let's put the group token there. Put a yellow token on your current time, which is 20, give or take. So that you remember it on a subsequent run. Great. Place 1 on the current degree on the faith table. We don't have to, we know where it is. And finally put this card with those of the base, then open the Puerta location and the adventure goes on. Brilliant. Let's do this. Okay. Krieg is dead. So let's go here. Oh, that was fortunate. The merchant caravan of a dozen camels laden with provisions is waiting for their leader, who is negotiating with the guards. Suddenly he turns and shouts, "Yallah! We deliver to Bab el Ramla." So the head camel driver, who then sets in motion the whole caravan. You could sneak into this caravan to enter the city. To get into the city, the whole group must be on this space. Okay. No, we're not. The guards of the Emirates scrutinize each visitor. They search the goods and question anyone who wishes to enter the city. The officer is coming to you, and after gauging the group, he points at the direction you came from. The message is clear. You are not allowed to enter. Sorry, I thought that she did something about our appearance to make us look interesting. If Yasmina is on this space, she briefly speaks in Arabic. She is with the officer who identifies her as the emir's favorite. A military escort takes you through the gates. Take item 14 and immediately go to location 14. I knew it was a good idea to bring her instead of that holy person. Okay, location 14. And we don't even have to roll the time die, that's nice. Lovely. The walls of the Alhambra and its Moorish palaces are covered with calligraphic decorations, cursive and Kufic writings. After wandering through this maze, you arrive in front of the throne room. A poem by Ibn al-Jatib is carved on the lintel. There comes a time in each of our lives when choice is given to follow the path. The path goes on, but warriors stay on, exhausted and wounded at times. You enter the vast throne room. 2 guards are standing behind a richly dressed man, that's here, who seems absorbed in thought. In the center, the emir is attended by courtiers. They all look up at the sky. To the right, beneath the cross, a Christian wearing a cross around his neck observes a group of 4 men arguing close by. Okay, we're going to send the monk to talk to the Christian. We're going to send the ladies to talk to the guy brooding. Because, you know, he'll love good-looking women. Oh, and that was lucky. The vizier and former regent of Granada, Ali al-Amin's, sitting quite away from the emir and his court, is surrounded by a few nervous guards. He greets you with a warning. Christians, I have very little time to spare. My recent disgrace with the emir forbids me to welcome you any longer. But here's a piece of advice. Flee as quickly as possible from the city. If Yasmina is on this space, immediately reveal the card blue. Before we do this, we look at this card. Ah, Christians, but what are your poor fools doing here? Misfortune has struck the city. Something terrible is happening. Court astrologers predicted this eclipse's occurrence. A bad omen for the emir. What's more, they've all mysteriously disappeared. I worked a little with Abdul Ajib on his predictions. He made an important discovery, but he also made a mistake in his first prediction. 1 too many on the 5th number. Okay, that's something we need to remember. I feel this is important. 1 too many on the 5th number. So if we ever come across numbers, we look at the number 5 and we subtract 1. 1 letter off, everything shifts and we get the next ones wrong. But why am I telling you this? Off I go to count the bats. Okay, this is Kabbalic wisdom, where each letter of the alphabet has a number associated with it and you permutate through the numbers to make predictions. So on the 5th number, we have 1 too many. Okay, we have to remember this. On the 5th number, 1 too many. Okay, but we also get to reveal this immediately. Yasmina, you're back at last. Times have changed since your abduction. She was abducted. Oh, yeah, she was. In Granada, the Black Guard have established their authority in Granada, and the Emir Mohammed al-Mutamasik is under their leader's thumb, Saul Calculas. Oh, that's the guy who's undead. They have to be stopped at all costs. The evil Saul, this shaitan, and his guard will meet tonight in an unknown place. I understand the location was decided based on the hour of the eclipse and the stars' alignment. My astrologer is redoing the calculations. I've been expecting him for hours, Yasmina. Could you pay him a visit at his house in Bab el Ramla and bring me back his findings? Bab el Ramla is the place where the caravan was going to go in the first place. Take item 22. That's a plan, I'm pretty sure. It is Bab el Ramla. Could you bring us back his findings? Of course we could. We're going to ignore the emir who's looking at an eclipse because he's evil. We're not going to talk to him. These guys, I don't want to get into a fight because Krieg's not with us. So we're just going to close this location now. Sorry, I did it the wrong way, but I didn't see anything that was on the back. And we're going to go and talk to the astrologer. One too many on the 5th number. Let's roll the time die. 2, whoops. Location 4, here we are. Oh God, that doesn't look good. There's fighting going on. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, and we can see what we shall see. You arrive in the heart of the city within the alleys of the Bab el Ramla district. A most convenient area for trading. An oppressive atmosphere reigns in the narrow streets. The passers-by walk through quickly, their eyes riveted skywards. Okay, yeah, because of the eclipse. On your left, the souk is packed. The crowd pushes on, excited by the calls of tradesmen selling their wares with the fervor of preachers. In front of you, soldiers of the Emirate exchange heatedly with several black guards at the entrance of an alleyway. On your right, 2 soldiers of the Black Guard keep watch at the entrance of a bourgeois building standing out from the rest of the district. My guess is this is where the astrologer lives. And we have to discard this location once we visited it. This isn't good. Because we're not all here. Okay, so we're going to have to bide our time. Okay, let's see. You worm your way through the overcrowded streets of the souk. Suddenly a distant, dull sound is heard and the sky darkens even more. Panic takes over. You are carried away by the human tide amid cries and overturned merchandise. You escape. Each agent on this space must pass this test in 1 to you only. On a failed test, the agent loses 1 heart and you may leave this space. Okay, so we need to test fleetness of foot. The lady gets to roll 2 additional dice so she rolls 4. And she easily passes. And our little monk gets to roll as well. He rolls 4 dice naturally. And he fails. But we may leave this place. That's great. So we lose 1 to you. No, he loses 1 heart. Okay. So we're gonna go here. See what happens. Oh my God, we need to fight. If you choose to attack the Black Guards, or if you choose to attack the soldiers of the Emirate. Well, we're going to attack the Black Guard. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 hearts. So you just have to remember that these are 2 hearts. And we're going to get the lady to go first, Yasmina. And she removes this stack. Because she was successful, we discard 1 of her ability tokens. Now it's the lady Fabiola who will roll 3 dice. But she does have the sword, because Krieg is dead. Oh, wow. She rolled 4 successes. She rocks. I mean, she should handle a sword more often. So we get the yellow sign. And this is actually a card where this whole mind meld with the undead in the cellar would have come into play, because he would have tried to persuade the group to go for the black icon test. But of course, on our second run, we didn't fall for this guy. So now we have the yellow thing. Krieg comes back. Woohoo! I'm so glad. We're gonna go here. He gets back his full health. And we're gonna open this. Aha! The captain of the city guard thanks you. Allah be praised who has guided your steps. The Black Guard has decided to eliminate the soldiers still faithful to the Regent. Take refuge in the palace. You will be safe there unless Regent Ali Al-Amin's is already dead. Oh, okay, he's not. Take item 14. Increase our fidelity. We don't want this because, okay, 14. What's 14? We don't have item 14. There is no item 14. What is item 14? Okay. 16, 12. What's item 14? 4, 20, 7, 9. Item 4. Okay, item 14. Does that sound familiar? Item 14. Oh, that's the location, isn't it? No. Or is it? Oh yeah, it's the location of the palace. That's not what we need. Okay, so we don't really need to go there. So we're gonna lose a time unit to go here, and hopefully we'll make it in here. Okay. The two sentries in the front of the house gesture you to move away. A passerby whispers in your ear, "This is the house of Abdul Ajib, the astrologer. The Black Guard are paying him a visit. I would not like to be in his poor man's shoes. The last victim of this kind of inspection was quartered in public. You can go around the building to find a way in. Spend 2, of course we will, because we're on a mission. Spend 2 time units to access location 13. Okay, going to this guy was kind of like... We cannot go back to this location, by the way. No, sorry. Okay, we all have to go here. And let's see what happens. We are attacked. Woohoo! Why am I not surprised? The guards are unsettled by your intrusion, but they quickly recover and draw their weapons. Ah. You can either fight them, or if you have the black token, you avoid the fight. So following this other guy doesn't necessarily, you know, following the advice of the evil guy doesn't make things worse all the time. So we're gonna roll with Krieg. Okay, that's ridiculous. He loses 2 hearts. And you call yourself a fighter? The lady, at least, she dies. But that's fine, because she removes 1 shield, she loses 2, blah. Okay, so she's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The little one will go. He also dies. Here we are. This is boring. So 1 more time unit. Krieg goes again. So that's, he loses 1 health, regardless, but at least those shields are all gone, and then we spend another time unit, and he kills them all, woohoo, and then we go here, I guess, well, he's on his own. As you approach the fountain in the middle of the patio, you spot a huge winged statue on top of the surrounding wall. You continue your inspection of the area and hear a few cracks as you approach the statue. You raise your head and realize the gargoyle is looking at you. Meeting its gaze makes you dizzy. You waver. This unpleasant feeling dissipates as the creature flies off into the sky of Granada. It's great. We lose 1 faith. Doesn't matter. We go here. 1 more time unit done. Here we are. In the room on the 1st floor, 2 men are in shock. Blood stains the djellaba of the eldest, whatever that is, some kind of garment. I saw your arrival in the stars. You are looking for the location where the stone will appear. Listen to Ali. Then the verse of Ibn al-Jatib will allow you to find the right place. The man collapses on these words. His servant turns away from his master, his eyes filled with tears, and mumbles a series of numbers without understanding their meaning. 10, 5, 4, 7, 11, 1. Okay, we're going to have to write this down. Because I can't remember this. Okay. 10, 5, 4, 7, 11, 1, 5, 6, 9, 8, 8, 4, 8, 10. Let's check. 10, 5, 4, 7, 11, 1, 5, 6, 9, 8, 8, 4, 8, 10. Okay, and on the fifth we have one too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we say on the fifth we have one too many, it would be 11 minus 1, which would be 10. Let's just bear this in mind. Okay, now we have to close this location. We can't go back to this one ever again. So we now need to go back to the palace. We roll our die, time captain die. 4, everyone comes back to life, fully restored. Woohoo! 1, 2. Only Krieg is looking worse for wear. And we have to go to the palace, location 14. Okay, so the problem is he didn't really give us anything. He just gave us the numbers. So okay, we're going to go to the emir. Doesn't really matter. He's going to go to these dark guys. Let's see. Surrounded by frightened courtiers, the emir Mohammed al-Mutamasik looks in disbelief at black clouds gathering above the city. Suddenly, one of the courtiers starts screaming, pointing at the sky. These are bats, no clouds. We're cursed. The emir leaves the throne room in panic. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Aha. In a secluded corner of the great hall, 3 court nobles converse in low voices with a man from the Black Guards. You can try spying on them, but be careful. You must pass the test in 1 TU only. Okay, we're going to spend 1 TU. Everybody's going to come here. And our friend Francisco is going to drop one of his ability tokens and spend 1 more time unit to listen to them. We're going to get the green. Do we get to reveal? We reveal the card. 3 dignitaries are in the midst of a discussion under the scrutiny of a man from the Black Guard sitting on a rug. As the master predicted, the eclipse will occur soon and the sons of darkness will reign at last. Ahmed will lead us to the ceremony on the star once the stars speak and we're informed of the location. Finally, the sons of Cain and Lilith will rise and purify this earth. The black-clad man walks up to 3 dignitaries and whispers to them, once there, to join the ceremony, you'll have to give a code, which I will provide to you at the last moment. For now, know that the ascending order is crucial. Yeah, but where? There are no more locations. Let's see, we did go here, didn't we? Yeah. So we went to the location over here. Bab el Ramla. There's only the Puerta where we were, where we saw everything. And we found this information. So where do we go from here? Okay, let's spend one more time unit and go here again and listen to this dude. That's the 5th number. Off to go to count the bats. Okay. Okay, we can't go anywhere else. So we're just going to have a mission fail TU, and I'm just going to read this now. I'm going to call it a day. It's becoming increasingly worrisome. Your TU reserve is exhausted, but you can't travel back to the base nor communicate with Bob. It looks like you're trapped in a temporary loop. Only way to get out, succeed the mission. Keep your receptacles as well as their items and restore their starting amount. Discard any items and all state tokens. If you've just discarded item 19, no, we can discard this one because this is actually a location from the previous chapter. We're just gonna discard this. If you've just discarded item 23, no, take item 12. Instead, place the time marker on to define you available for the second run. During all the following runs, discard this and place the time mark at 15. Reset your 5th degree by replacing. You start again at the Puerta. Good luck. Okay. Okay, I guess. Okay. So we lose the plans. But that's okay because we know where we get them. These are the only things that we're losing. Okay. So we don't need to go to the astrologer dude again because we know exactly what he's going to tell us. So my problem is that I don't know where else to go, really. I mean, we have the Puerta, where we managed to get in. So we don't get any items from anyone. The only thing that we get are 2 plans, and the second one we get twice because we get it from the guards where we meet the astrologer, but we also get it from the gate because we have Yasmina with us, so we get the information where to go straight away. The question is, oh yes, and I know how this works, because at the Puerta location, we have the caravan that we can infiltrate, so to speak, and then sneak into Bab al-Ramla, which would take us to the guy who's the astrologer, if we wanted to, but it would also give us access to the palace. However, if we've got Yasmina with us, we get to the palace, where we then get a plan that takes us to Bab al-Ramla. So the 3 locations are kind of interlinked. The problem is, how do we get to any other place? Because there isn't really anything else that we have seen. We weren't prompted for any icons, status icons. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here. And I'm going to upload this. I'm going to save the game. Now, for those of you who don't know, this game actually saves really well. You can actually put everything that you've got in here, even if you don't have the luxury of saving while you are between runs. And why is it easy? Because you can put all of your information for each of your receptacles in here, life points, etc. So it's really, really easy to save this game. We don't have to save it as precisely as this, because we are between runs, so everyone comes back at full health anyway. So and with all their ability tokens back, so we don't really have to worry about this too much. But even if we were within a run, we could easily save. So so Francisco is here. The Lady Fabiola is here. And then we have Jasmina and Johann Krieg. They go here. That's good. So I honestly don't know what we're missing, because we've been to every single place. Nobody wanted anything from us. Nobody wanted any information, any pieces of information. So I'm kind of unclear how we can proceed from here, because we've seen everything. We've been everywhere. We've only 20 time units left. We only really need the plans. That's the only thing that we're getting. And then I really don't know what else there is. So, but we're also not missing any cards, because I saw this one guy, and I don't know if it was, I think it wasn't this mission even, where he was actually missing cards. They weren't in the game, so that was difficult. But we've had every single card available to us. I haven't missed anything, so yeah, we'll have to see what we do now. But you know, I hope you're enjoying this. It's an okay game. I'm not as enthused as I was about the Asylum, because at the moment it's really just fighting and running around. There isn't a lot of thinking involved. But yeah. We'll see. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.